What is up, guys? PoliticsGaming here, and today we're doing a brand new video. We're going to be playing World Warfare and Economics as Israel. We're going to start off with a couple of things that I wanted to say. First off, this video is sponsored by Okron Studio, so thank you to Okron for sponsoring this channel and being with the channel for as long as you have, and I'm very excited to see where this game goes in the near future. The only other thing that I wanted to say was that me playing as Israel is not me endorsing any type of side in this conflict. This is a video game. I'm not going to be taking any sides in the conflict as of right now. So this is a video game. First and foremost, this is a video game. This is not me saying Israel's great, or this is not me saying Palestine is bad, or Palestine is great, or something like that. I'm just not taking any type of side in this conflict. This conflict is way too convoluted and everyone is just so at each other's throats about it that just talking about it, I mean, me even playing this is kind of a risk, but I just wanted to, felt like playing as Israel. So this is again a choice for gameplay purposes only. This is not an endorsement of either side of the conflict. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into it. Let's go ahead and start playing as the state of Israel. So first and foremost, we're going to go ahead and create the budget, which we already did. This is like the third time that I've had to play this because I have not played this in a while and I'm a little rusty. So building like military units and everything like that is kind of confusing. But just kind of goes to show that there is a little bit of a learning curve, which is good, and I've actually been a little bit more interested in this game as of lately. No, it's not because I'm being sponsored by the guys that are creating the game, but because it is very interesting to learn. There is a lot to learn here. There's a lot of different economic sectors that you can mess with. First and foremost, we're going to go ahead and do a trade agreement. We're going to go to... I think we're going to go to Canada. We're going to go to Canada. We're going to go to interaction. We're going to go to a trade deal, and we're going to ask for some aluminum. And this is going to be a rather expensive endeavor right here. So let's go ahead and... God, that is going to be expensive. Expensive. Yikes. Oh, wow. $6.5 billion on aluminum. That's hefty. That is hefty. Let's go ahead and ask for some... What are we going for? Let's ask for some fuel. I think so. Then see this. It's this weird bug right here. I don't know if this is a bug or not. Probably. I'm pretty certain that this is a bug. And then so we're gonna see that 26.264, 265. So I think it's supposed to be replicating that, but it's kind of weird. Oh, because it is billion. Is it billion barrels or something? Barrels. I forgot what BBL actually means. I think we all know what BBL means, but the other BBL I'm actually kind of confused about. So I know someone's going to say them down in the comments below. Let's go ahead and hit some iron, and then we're going to do that, and does the same thing. Let's go ahead and just increase it until we can see that they're going to accept it. And then let's go over to fuel. We're just going to do the same thing, ask for some more, and then send all offers and sign your first import deal. Very expensive, but you need the resources anyway. And I think I should have asked for some... Do they have... They don't seem to have uranium, so I'm gonna have to ask for some uraniums because I do want to create... I do want to buy some from somewhere. Let's go ahead and ask for this. Ask for that. Very expensive. Send all offers, and then they accept that as well. So let's go over to our military production screen, go to manufacturing, and then we're going to hit the play button. We're going to go over here to manufacturing, see if that goes anywhere. And so we played a little bit, and so the process went into effect, and we do have the ability to create, we have more fuel, and then we have more steel. So now all we need is some iron and some aluminum. So that means we need to go to another trading partner and ask them for some iron and aluminum. All right, and so we're gonna mess with our finances soon, and then so what we're gonna do is that we're gonna go over to our economy. We're gonna go to resources, and then so we need aluminum, and then we need to filter it by available. Norway has 10 million. We have Russia is an available partner for this, but I don't think we're going to be doing that because we already know what's coming. Norway, let's try Canada again. I think could we already signed a similar deal, so let's go over to Norway and then ask them for some aluminum and match the deficient. And that is not a possibility. I guess we will have to go to Russia for this. So that is unfortunate, but we cannot ask for them for anything either. So then let's go to resources, go to aluminum again. Aluminum might be something that we're gonna have some trouble with. So let's go over here. UAE has it. Then interaction, trade deal, match the deficient. It seems that everyone is having 0.25 tons. So that is, I guess weapons creation is going to be out of the question until I can figure out how to get past that resource shortage. Let's go over here to military, see if there is anything that we're missing. I mean, is there anything else that we can actually dedicate our resources to? So apparently they actually really did do a good job at the nuclear program. So we have a 100% nuclear program right here. We have some uranium. We do not have any uranium. And then I think what I do want to do is we're going to go over to, let's go to economy. We're going to go to sectors. We're going to go to energy. And then we have a dedicated energy budget. So we cannot change it until next year. So unfortunately, we cannot do anything to create any nuclear power plants here. Let's go here. Yeah, not enough allocated budget, so we're going to increase that budget in the next year's budget. Let's go ahead and play this, and then we're going to continue on from here. So let's go over to economy. Let's go over to revenues. We're going to go to finances, and then we're going to go to here. We're going to see currency strength 0.81, inflation rate negative 0.6. So let's go ahead and hit this, and then we're going to decrease our interest rates to 2.75. So apparently, actually, that just decreased me to negative 2% interest rate. So we'll go to a positive. We'll do 1%. Could we could print money? We could print money. $131 billion is available to be printed. But I will not do that right now because that might be a bad idea. $281 billion in debt and annual payment of $225 million. Entertainment tax, media tax. Let's see what's disabled. Do we have a tariff tax? Carbon tax. Let's go ahead and activate this. And then I actually turned off politics on here because usually it's kind of weird and it's not too explained about how to get Parliament to accept your deals, so I had to disable it. But that should be something that is changed in the future, I believe. And then if you actually wanted to, you could go through and tax all of these sectors. They're the economic sectors that you have in the game, but I will not be doing that as of right now. Let's go over to transportation tax. Let's go ahead and increase this to 5.2. I'm gonna hit adjust taxes, and that gets passed as well. And then let's go over here. We're gonna see our little market capitalization for our stock market, and then you have stock market policies right here that are available. You can buy into your own country's sectors. So if you're going to be developing your energy sector, then you can develop your energy sector. So what I'm actually going to do right here is that I am going to purchase some stock out of our energy sector, $640 million. So that is the others budget screen that I had to fund, and I did not give that one any type of money. So go ahead and leave that for next year as well. And law is now being enforced. If you guys actually look up here, so we have Syria, we have Lebanon, and you can actually see this little group right here. You see it all in red. This means that it's occupied right now. This is what it looks like whenever a country occupies any type of land. And what you can see is that the Hezbollah group does occupy southern Lebanon. And recently, in the last couple of days, Israel has launched a ground invasion of southern Lebanon. And apparently they actually started shooting at the Lebanese military. So interesting stuff that's going on right here. But again, this is a game. This is a game. This is a game. I'm not going to have to get into this, and just keep the comments sane. Please keep the comments sane. You can see the same thing down here in the Gaza Strip, which is territory of the province or the country of Palestine. But you do see that it is currently occupied by Hamas. So you can, instead of having if you wanted to play as Israel or anything like that, you can go to war over the Gaza Strip while only fighting Hamas instead of just fighting Palestine, just like in Power and Revolution. I think that was extremely annoying that you don't see the presence of Hezbollah, or you don't see the presence of Hamas. Instead, you always have to see it as a Israeli-Palestinian war rather than a Israeli-Hamas war or an Israeli Hezbollah war. So we will go to diplomacy, relationships, government. Let's manage the government policies. And then we see parliament status, parliament parties, and then total seats. And then see if you wanted to support a certain party. So if I wanted to say, let's support the nationalists or something like that, then I can find a religious nationalist group right here, and then I could say, okay, let's go ahead and subsidize them. Apparently I can give them $122 billion. That'll be fun. Imagine a party getting $1 billion in funding right there. So if I wanted to like change the law, or just like kind of like say, instead of being a conservative party, then I wanted to be like a socialist party or a military religious party or something like that. I can also change election laws. So if I wanted to go over here and then say, okay, let's be a limited party system, or we could be a one-party state, then I could do that. But it does affect your democratic level. Voting system, we have referendum, parliament voting, regulation system, or instant no voting. Then the election system, we have every 2 years, every 4 years, every 6 years, or a point for life. So I can make myself a dictatorship if I so wanted to. We can't declare an emergency, state of emergency in the country, or if I really, really wanted to try to increase my share of the vote, I can dissolve the parliament and call for new elections. And then so another gameplay mechanic as of right here, you can go over here, and then so I can say, okay, I want to do some research. So all of the allocated research budget that I had, unfortunately, I did not allocate any type of budget for this year, but basically it would say $10 billion can be allocated. And then so you can say, okay, let's hit with a $1.7 billion grant. And then the more that you provide with it, so if I gave it a $6 billion grant, then it would have a bonus of being funded by 7%. And then that means it would be completed 7% faster. So I actually do like that, so you can give additional funding. So if I really, really wanted to start researching military technology, then I can start to say, okay, let's go over and allocate some more money in the next year's budget. So the unfortunate thing is that you do have to allocate accordingly, and then you can run a budget deficit. It can get a little bit difficult whenever it comes to the rest of the year, but you will have the chance to create a new budget at the end of the year or at the beginning of the next year, and then go on from there. And then so coming over here, we can change laws. So in relation to health, education, welfare, security, transportation, support, sports, media, entertainment, environment, housing or energy, I can increase the budget of these sectors. Now, again, this goes off of the allocated budget. I basically just hit the autocomplete button. I've had to record this over like 7 times over the last little bit, so I've just like, okay, I'll just make this the gameplay and then I'll just do it in the next episode. Or if you guys don't want to see Israel, which is going to be completely up to y'all, if you guys want to see a different country in the next episode, go ahead and let me know. This will be a weekly series where I play as World Warfare and Economics, so I can make like a habit of doing like a new country. So if you guys have some country requests down below, go ahead and let me know. And then so I can come over here. So let's go to diplomacy. Let's go over to demographics. So I can look at my country's demographics. So we have 9.2 million people in the state of Israel. So we have a demographics screen of 50% men, 42 women, and 7% that are not identified. We have the age demographic, so we have 1.4 million people that are between the ages of 0 and 6. 6 to 18 covers about 2.1 million people. Working age population, 18 to 55, will be 4.6 million, and over retirement age or older people will be 1.1 million. We have 3 different classes of people. So we have the orange, which is low skilled workers. We have yellow, which is medium skilled workers, and then we have green, which are very high skilled workers. And then so we have these types of we have a pie graph that does show us how much of these people cover the population. Then we have the median income for these people, so $1,500 for 1 star, $5,300 for 2 stars, and $9,100 for 3 stars. And we have hierarchy, which seems to be the average income in Israel. So we have lower income, we have 2%, we have just a little bit higher income, 61%, I guess that will be middle class. A little bit higher range income, 29%, and then very high income, 6.4%. And then so we have the religions right here. We have Judaism, Islam, atheism, Christianity, Buddhism, Hinduism. If I really wanted to, that I could say, okay, let's get a higher Muslim majority population in Israel, and then I can fund by a percentage, I believe, of the government budget. So then I can come over here and do all of that. Doesn't seem like it's adding any money to it. So, and then you have your immigration statistics, so you can see who is coming in from each country and where they're going to each country. So 17,000 people are going to Canada, Korea, and then people are coming from Malawi, Ukraine, Brazil, Colombia, South Africa, Mexico, etc., etc., etc. And let's come over here to the economy. We'll go over to finance, and then we'll go over to revenues. And then if you wanted to see your income breakdown or your expenses breakdown, you can see them all right here. So obviously we need to start raising some more money, and so we can go over to finances, and then let's hit 16 billion capital gains tax. Let's go ahead and get this to 32%, and we'll do 33% just to make it a little. Wait, I think it stopped. Alright, and then let's go over to diplomacy. Let's go ahead and check out our relationship. So the best relations that we have right now is going to be with Canada. And then we have Spain, Poland, Colombia, Hungary, Belgium, Greece, Norway, Germany, etc., etc., etc. Where is the United States here? Where are you? The United States. Let's go over here. Let's go ahead and start sending some envoys. And then so what an envoy is basically it's going to be basically just more diplomats that you send over, and the more that you send over, the more it'll boost your relations with that country. So if you really wanted to say like, hey, I really want to buy some military weapons from you, something like that, then you can come over here and just start to increase your envoys over there, and then you can go from there. International routes does the same thing. It basically will boost tourism and immigration. So we're going to go ahead and do 30 flights from Israel to the United States and vice versa. And then we can offer arms deals, buying unit licenses, everything like that. See what kind of trading that we can do. Do we want to buy vehicles, toys, natural gas? Could we buy some natural gas? Gold, fuel. Let's just buy some fuel from them since that's what we need. We'll do 1.5 million. And then so if you wanted to move your military units around, you can come over here. This is the ballistic missile launch screen. So like you can go over here. Jericho 1 has this type of range. You can hit most of Syria and Jordan and northern Saudi Arabia with these. Jericho 2, you can fire these lads just as far as Iran and most of Turkmenistan and western Afghanistan. Jericho 3, you can hit as far as India, most of India, except that little arm right there. And then you have the Lances, and then these are very short-range ballistic missiles. And then we have the Loras, which are just slightly higher-range ballistic missiles. Let's go ahead and hit this X button right here. Turkey has unveiled their new military unit today, which is the Altay, the tank. The new unit is supposed to be a significant game changer on the battlefield. Let's go ahead and ask for some information on this, and then we can ask to manufacture it, or we can ask to buy it from them, or we can ask to license this military technology from them. Maybe we can buy a military license. Say, hey, go ahead and give us some of this. Turkey import export. Could we? Let's ask for a leopard. Let's ask for a leopard here. I'm gonna ask for $123 million. Go ahead and send all offers, and they allow us to license the leopard one from the Turkish arsenal. And then let's go over to manufacturing, and then we have these available, so we need to still buy some iron and aluminum. Aluminum is the one that's becoming hard to come by, so let's go over to resources. Let's go to iron. Let's go ahead and secure some iron first, and then so I need to ask Australia. Australia is going to be our little trading partner here. Let's go over here and then hit interaction. Let's go over to trade deal, and then let's hit see if they have some aluminum here. Apparently they do not, so let's go ahead and ask. We don't have any budget to ask for it. Steel, this is going to be iron, so that little icon is iron. I think that should definitely be changed because it is a little confusing. Doesn't look like we have the availability of doing that yet, so we believe, yeah, but we'll have to wait until next year. That way we can add more availability to our resource budget, because resources are extremely expensive and I don't want to run a deficit, but I think we're going to have to run a deficit. That way we can actually start doing some military production. And let's go over here, building new facilities. We don't have any facilities available to create, so it is almost the end of the year. Go ahead and hit the 10, so we can actually go really, really freaking quickly in this, which is really nice, especially if you just want to just watch things happen. I think we're gonna come over here. Let's go over to Georgia, and then let's ask for some envoys, and we're gonna ask for 15 envoys to be sent over there. That way we can start boosting our relations with Jordan or Georgia. Then I think we're gonna do the same thing with Turkey, and we're gonna go ahead and send over. We're going to send 30 envoys over to Turkey to start boosting our relations with them, and then maybe we can definitely rely on them as a significant trading partner. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and then we're going to go the ×3 option, and then we're going to change a law here. So let's go over here. Can we do some policemen? Can we do some policemen? Some housing. I don't believe we have the budget available for this, but we can go over to rent capped. We do have it capped. Ban second home ownership. Let's go ahead and disable this. Let's go ahead and disable that. And people will be able to buy second homes if they so choose to. Facilities, we are not manufacturing any units, and then we have to wait for this next year to come in, and then we have to allocate some more budget, and then we can buy some We can buy some iron and some aluminum from someone, and then we can go from there. But that will be in the next episode, because I will just end it at the end of this year. We are on December 31st, and on January 1st, we have a 55% approval rating across the country. And then we have, what is this? Is that a pandemic meter? I believe, no, nuclear. So we have 90 atomic bombs, we have 0 hydrogen bombs, we have 3,000 missiles, and then here's our yearly report. So this is going to happen at the end of every year. And then so we have healthcare, we have the ranking went, it actually went up. Revenues, we actually lost money on healthcare, so we can go through all of this. Ranking, environmental care, so we went up 210%. We actually got worse in the environmental field. So we went from 194 in welfare care to 17, which we went up about 100%, nearly 100%. So I'm going to hold off on doing anything else, and we're going to wait until the next episode. If you guys want to see more Israel, go ahead and leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. If you guys want me to, if this is too controversial to you guys and you want to see a different country, I understand. Go ahead and let me know down in the comments below. Or if you want to see me continue as Israel, we're not going to be doing anything. The only thing I'm going to say about Israel, I don't support their current government. I don't like how nationalistic their government is. I think a two-state solution is extremely valid. I think that both sides should talk about it. I know it's not as simple as them just talking about it, but I think that what's going on in Israel, in the Middle East, in Gaza is just horrendous, and comparatively to the war in Ukraine is defending themselves from Russia. What Israel is doing in Gaza is they have the full right to defend themselves, like what happened on October 7th. But at the same time, they have the utmost right as the most powerful country in the region, that they have the ability to stop just countless human casualties and bombings and bombing urban centers and everything like that. And I think that's where they're messing up at, and that's why just everyone is just so against them, and they're making it onto themselves that they're just like conducting a military operation again for something that they were defending themselves from. But then at the same time, it's like, what are you doing? Why are you bombing the middle of an urban center? And yes, Hamas is building these facilities under there, but I think that Israel should be sending ground troops in there, because the reason that they have the ground troops is that way they can eliminate the threat at closer range rather than relying on sheer air power. If it was something anywhere like in the middle of the desert or something like that, using air power makes a lot of sense. Whenever you're using it in the middle of a city, that's where you're messing up at. And I think that's as far into this topic I'm going to go. I don't even know if I'm going to post this little section that I'm talking about, because it's just so controversial. But yeah, that's my take. Guys, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. If you guys want to see a different country, or if you want me to continue as Israel, go ahead and tell me in the comments down below. And I'll see you guys in the next episode of World Warfare and Economics. Thank you guys so much for watching this with me, and take care.